Shalom, shalom, anak nawaha I barisha Allah walakim la'atam, call shabuai baharcha wa kaksha Yahweh bashmi awasha. Hey, with the Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out through the spirit and power of Yahweh bashmi awasha to preach to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, and Israelite foreigners. Nechamatam, kayah malakwath, hashemayim korab. Repent, yea, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Call Layim La, Yahweh, Bashmi Awasha, Bashmi Hakodash, Wamashana Kabadim Zakoyim, Nawa Malakim Shaw, Yasha Allah Zakoyim Hagarawa, Wachasa, Washalawam, Wabarakim Labakaya Shah Hakabash Shalawam. So all praise to the Most High Yahweh, which means He exists. Bahashem in the name Yahweh Shai delivers. Double honors too that I was an apostle of Israel, that I was an apostle of Great Millstone, and mercy, peace, and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel, Shalom, which means peace. This is Mashayim, also Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 23. It says, in all labor there is profit, but the talk of the lips tendeth only to penury. All right, let's go to another version on this. It says, there is profit in all hard work, but endless talk leads only to poverty. In all labor there is profit, but idle chatter leads only to poverty. Work brings profit, but mere talk leads to poverty. All right, so point being, if you work hard, at what truly matters, which is growing in the scriptures, it's going to lead to profit through the spirit. All right, but just talking about it isn't going to do anything. The Lord isn't looking for talkers. You see, because Jake is known for talking a big game. I can't think of any precepts at the moment, but Jake is about all that just talking, running his mouth, But let's get some precepts. This is James chapter 1, and James' name actually goes back to Yaikwab, which means to supplant. So if you go into it, it says it's a lot. See, it says Yaikwab of Hebrew origin. But going back, it says it's James 1 and verse 23, verse 22. It says, but be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. All right. So we want to be doers of the word. We don't just want to talk a big game and it come time to actually perform and, ain't nothing happening. That's not even, that's not in the, this is a much higher calling, you see, but in the world, that's not even, that's not even respectable in the world if you're just a talker, so how much more in the truth, the Lord isn't about that talk action. It says, but be ye doers of the word. So the Lord wants doers and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if any man be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. All right, so he looked at himself in the mirror. All right, he saw that he had to work on these things, but then he walked off and he forgot that he had to keep working on himself. You see, because going down to verse 24, 25. But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty, and when you go into this perfect law of liberty, it talks about the law of liberty. It says liberty to do or to omit things having no relationship to salvation. All right, so adding things that is going to pertain to salvation, taking away stuff that's not going to pertain to salvation. So constantly working on ourselves, because the scriptures go into proving ourselves, examining, see what works for us and what doesn't, but we got to actually apply the scriptures, speaking to myself first and foremost. Back to James chapter 1 and verse 25 says, but whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty and continueth therein, because it's a continual process. All right, it's not just, it don't just stop going back up to verse 24. You're looking in that mirror because the scriptures say constantly examine. And how do you examine? You look at that man in the mirror. All right, when you're looking at that man in the mirror, all right, I got to do this, got to work on this. All right, and you walk off, you keep it in mind. But this one right here, the ones that are just talking a big game and then not being a doer of the work or doer of the word, they're just walking off from that mirror, not remembering that they got to continue therein. It says he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed. You see, and that's why we go back to Moshalim, also Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 23. It says, in all labor there is profit, but the talk of lips tendeth only to penury. All right, let's go into that word penury. It will be machasawar. All right, chasar. It comes from the root word chasar, which means lack, poverty, or want, to be without. Or it means to lack, be without, decrease, be lacking, have a need. Machasawar. All right, need, poverty, thing needed, lack, want, need, poverty, impoverishment. To be brought low. You see, to be brought low. So us just talking to the Lord say to put on as the elect. Elect is just gonna talk. They're gonna talk about it and they're gonna be about it. But just talking a big game isn't gonna profit anything. We gotta put on as the elect, because just talking is gonna lead to being brought low. You see, it's gonna lead to poverty. All right, and that's not what we want. So we actually gotta be a doer of the word, like it says in James. So Lord's will that was edifying, call her like Mla Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kagudash. Hey, double honors to the elders and apostles of Israel, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Much respect to you brothers out there pushing this truth with our righteousness and sincerity. Hey, shalom, shalom. Layla Tawab, shalom.